poopsies, it's me, Tony Bomboni. Duh. Welcome back to my ASMR channel. Now, before you begin, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell until it turns gray, okay? Because this is going to be a very, very informative video. I was going to script this, like write down some notes, but I was like, you know what, Tony, today is the day of destiny. Just let it come out of your throat chakra as you will. You have tons of advice to give, and you know what? I'm not trying to get rich or nothing. I'm not trying to sign you up for a newsletter for $600 course on how to run a YouTube channel. I'm so over that idea. Like, I just don't like when it's like corny when other people do it. Like, there's this information is priceless, okay? It's not worth 10 grand, okay? So I just was like, you know what? Let me just give this information for free. Let me continue doing me, run my channel, my business. And yes, you have to treat this as a business. However, there are certain things that are just like you cannot put a price on any information. I think in all of my videos that are informative, it's content you like, that you share, and that helps grow my business, my channel. So why not give it out? If that makes sense. If you have nothing else to share, why would you restrict priceless, useful information to just people who can afford your bougie course? So I never liked when YouTubers did that. Like, I would rather just give this kind of info out rather than slap a price on it and call it a day. Because I believe everyone deserves to know this. Everyone who is watching a YouTube video obviously has, at one time or another, been interested in opening a channel. I mean, there's probably how many billions of people now have been on YouTube? So billions of people who have at one point or another thought of the idea, at least thought of it. Should I open a channel? So this video is for you. Tips on how to run a successful YouTube channel. Now, I in no way am like even trying to get out there. I just Poopsie decided to join in. He's being a nuisance. He's been pulling his feathers. So hopefully that doesn't bother you. Maybe I can try putting him on the chair. Let me try. Alright, I think it is currently about to thunderstorm because allegedly Florida has a hurricane coming. It's still way too early. It's not even going to be here for the next at least 4 days, but it's going to hit the east, which I'm not on the east, so I don't have to worry, but we're still going to feel it. It's going to be pretty widespread, apparently a category 2 or more. I just feel bad for down there, Puerto Rico, Bahamas, all them. They've been abused. It's not even funny. But basically, I don't feel comfortable slapping I already slap a price on my Reiki healing, my tarot reading, whatever else I've done. I've slapped prices on so many things. It's like, this is the Tony Bomboni store. Like, basically, that's how I feel sometimes. So I don't want to, like, with some information, I just feel like it's not even worth $10 million. It's worth way more than that. Like, because some of this advice can actually help, and it has helped. I have given pretty much all of this advice to many YouTubers who now have channels with millions plus subscribers. And the amount of people I've spoken to over the years, I'm really not surprised, because this is priceless information. So get that pen, get that paper, write this stuff down, okay? And I used to limit this stuff to certain people. But now I'm like, you know what? Let me just share it. Let's see what happens. Let's blossom this thing. Let's get 10,000 people to start a successful YouTube channel, and that's the magic number. I think 10,000. Not just in regards to how many people I'm trying to reach. I always say on these videos, if I can help one person, I did my job. Just that one individual who's watching who can take seriously what I say and put action to it and manifest it to make their dreams come true. I like helping people, and so here you go. I'm just gonna spill it out. So I was gonna say 10,000 was like the sweet spot for following. If you can get your YouTube channel to 5 to 10,000 followers, usually that is when sponsors start to reach out. So the first thing you want to remember is this YouTube is not your child. This is not your baby. Don't get emotionally attached, because if it fails, if you depend on it for income too soon, and if it fails to succeed beyond your means or expectation, then you're going to mourn it as if your child passed away. Like, that's how it's going to feel. It's an odd analogy, I know, but I've had a mentor in 2011 when I just started my channels, and that mentor gave me priceless advice, which I've taken and grown with it and am integrating still to this day. And I've had past channels who have quote unquote failed epically, and because I didn't integrate the right tools or the right mindset, or I was just not going with the flow of what works. So I'm going to be addressing all these things today while I crack open a cold cola with my I don't even know what this is. African safari print cup. Okay. And my brother, for my birthday, I'm turning 25, y'all. What? He got me, one of the gifts was a 4-pack of Coca-Cola. He knows I like original because, like, the sugar and the lack of carbonation, like the natural sugar, doesn't make my stomach hurt. I probably shouldn't shake it, but, well, the carbonation's not really there, so it doesn't matter. But this is like a Mexican Coca-Cola, basically the original. So I was like, you know what, let me crack open a bottle of this and get to sipping while I talking. Oh, snap, crackle, and pop. Oh, that made the best sound. Ooh, okay. I love the sweet, natural fragrance of it. Oh. Okay, so let's begin. When you treat your YouTube channel like a business, it will grow and succeed. Watch, because with a business, when you treat anything as such, you take it serious to the point of it's almost like outweighing the competition or whatever suits your needs. I don't really look at it that way anymore. But if you see what works on other people's pages and what doesn't work, and put that into your work and make it better somehow, that will kind of move you up the ladder, so to speak. However, you have to remember that people treat things like they're children. So, like, they have worries and fears, like, oh, what if they die on me? What if they don't love me? What if they, and they get all emotional and sensitive about it. When you detach emotionally from it, when you just treat it as such, as a money-making machine, it will grow, because you will be so focused on making it grow in whatever regard you want. Money, followers, both, whatever. Then you will focus on it as such and emotionally detach from it. So you won't get sad if one day it's not making it as much as another, or, you're not gonna, like, if your child is sick and dying, you won't get sensitive about it. If your business is sick and dying one day, like, you're gonna stand up on your feet, get out of bed, and you're gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen and to grow it. And so I feel personally I've had many of these days. I don't really look at the follower number anymore, and that's kind of like my little dirty little secret. The subscriber number is irrelevant. I, in fact, have addressed this before, but me personally, my channel and the channels I've seen with even 500k plus followers, 1 million followers, are earning less than I am because they don't know how to integrate a business mindset into their channel and grow it. They don't know how to make brand deals. They don't know how to utilize their following to earn extra income on the side. Crowdfunding, they don't know about many things, even how to build a website. So it's important that you probably take a few business courses and courses in economics or courses in training yourself, even books like determination, motivation, strength training, kind of mindset, positive affirmation, anything that you can. The more you can learn, the better, even if it's just teaching yourself how to plant a tree. I mean, it's priceless. It's YouTube. People look up all sorts of information daily, like literally probably 1 billion times a day. So someone of those billion are going to look up how to plant a tree or something, you know. So whatever video you can make that can reach to as many people as you can possible is the way to go, because there's so much being uploaded every minute. I think every minute was like 30 hours of video or something like that. I don't even recall. It's probably way more than that by now. But because there's so many out there doing the same thing now, you have to individualize your little corner of the internet, and everyone has a little corner of the internet. They all sort of kind of clash and merge sometimes. If you imagine it like the universe, like different galaxies, and they're all slowly intertwining and separating, moving away from each other, but they're all merging with everything. So they're all connected somehow, and you all kind of take ideas from each other and inspire each other and give each other growth, advice, nurture each other, kind of in a sort of overall healthy, balanced ecosystem. And with YouTube's algorithms changing, they've changed pretty much constantly, consistently over the years, and it's just kind of always been like that. So just as the universe changes, you have to kind of adjust and cope with that and do your research, look up what's going on media forums, treat it like the stock market. You have to know how well your stock is doing, what's going on in the news with YouTube and Google, and keep track of it daily. You know, people usually are like, well, you know, I'm just gonna go with the flow and not look at the number every day, and that's bound for failure. If you're too spiritual, you are bound to fail. You can't put a roof over your head meditating all day. Buddha couldn't even afford food. He had to literally beg other people for food just to survive because he was meditating hours and hours. So you have to prioritize your needs and wants and wishes and demands. And sometimes you have to put others aside to get ahead and succeed. Sometimes you have to say, hey friend, I can't hang out today. I gotta work on my business. You gotta take it seriously, at least for the very first year. I would say year, but year is, no one ever grew their stuff to a steady income in a year. Nobody. No YouTuber, nobody. 2 years minimum. 2 years bare minimum. If you look at the well-off channels today, they all took around 5 years to get a steady pace going, a steady income stream, a steady anything, to where they can even be confident and secure in themselves. And they were all consistent as well. So for some channels, uploading once a week works because that's how they started, that's how they kept going, that's how they consistently do. Some channels required multiple uploads a day. It all bases on the chemistry of your content, how you start, and what your followers are used to seeing, what upload times are sort of scheduled to their demands and wants and needs for you, and you back for them. You expect something of your followers, they expect something of you. And the key thing to remember is to have a healthy sort of dependency on them. They will depend on you sort of the same, and to keep that in mind, like, how can I get my followers to somehow depend on me? That sounds bad, I know it sounds like a political scheme, but it's more like, if you treat it such as business, let's say you have a storefront in the middle of downtown, and there's so many other, like 100,000 other stores in the middle of downtown. How are you going to compete with those others? How are you going to get those same people accessing other stores to depend on you? Because you know you're not the only YouTuber that person is subscribed to, most likely. So how are you going to get them to follow and sort of depend on your videos as well for entertainment, out of boredom, out of, in this case, relaxation, sleep? So something you have to consider is sacrificing sort of some of your wants and needs for the benefit of others. To make money, you have to give a service equal to the value of that dollar. So the massage therapist will give you an hour of body work for $90 because that is the equivalent of the energy time they're giving you in a component. Someone makes a stupid music video and it goes viral, and they earn literally in one day as much as the average Joe makes in a year. How does that work when they just literally put no effort and they were just funny and they were just, well, okay, you can argue that. One, it's YouTube. The stupidest stuff will go viral. Sometimes it just happens. Is that long-term income? No. Is that secure? No. They most likely buy their Lambo and go broke, like they won the lottery. Unless they utilize their wits, have the right people around them, take some of this advice, which I obviously taken from others, who have taken from others. So they have the same kind of mindset to where they get that lucky, dumb, viral shot. They had that opportunity and grow it into steady. Nobody grew it in a year. Nobody ever will. It doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way realistically. Because a year is just not like a relationship. It's not enough time to know the person, the business. It's not enough time to figure yourself out. Honestly, it's been 8 years. I'm still trying to figure out my channel, my identity, my what like how I come across, what my message is, what my goal is ultimately, you know, and that's stuff you have to sort of figure out early on, like a branded bag of potato chips. If you are Lay's, you have to present yourself as Lay's, not as Ruffles. So don't start adding grooves in the chips and cheddar flavor and try to be like someone else, you know. Be your own salty, unique, crispy, addictive quality, the addiction that people depend on you for. And again, in a not bad way. You don't want to start misleading people, scamming them into giving you, like I said, these bougie courses that have the same information that I'm going to spit out of my throat chakra now. You want to be realistic, but also provide equal service value for equal dollar and not give too much of yourself or time. If you say it's $50 for 15 minutes, don't go making a 35-minute video and say, here's $5 off. When you give too much of your time, that's the negative polarity of sacrificing some of your wants and needs that I've addressed. So some of your wants and needs may be to socialize, be intimate with your partner, but your business always comes first. Your roof has to always come first. Yourself has to come. That's yourself. You identify with different things. I'm a mother, I'm a father, I'm a babysitter, I'm a horse rider, whatever you want to say. You identify with your roof. This is you. You have worked to build the bones of your home that you reside in. It's your survival. It's the human desire to succeed, to grow. Nobody wants to live in poverty. Nobody wants to stay poor and restrict their diet to chopped sausages, ketchup, and ramen every day for the rest of their life. People see others on TV so effortlessly caressing their Prada bag, and there's some superficial, for some reason, desire to succeed ever since the caveman days, seeing someone with a bigger, I guess, dwelling or better tools or hunting abilities. Man sees muscle and they want, and they will get. Man sees someone with a hot wife, they want and they will get. You know, it's a dog-eat-dog kind of world, especially in certain countries where that is more prominent and more pronounced, and taught in schools more, raised by their parents who again learn that in their schools and were taught and learned from those teachers, learned it from their schools, and those, again, the pattern of like what I'm sharing you, I've learned somewhere from someone who learned from somewhere from someone who learned from someone. So being on YouTube since literally 2007 and seeing how much has changed, I can tell you to grow slowly but surely with the waves of the change was the best thing I could have done, rather than either rapid success or basically none at all. I would probably, gosh, I honestly don't know what I would have done. I always say I probably wouldn't even be here. Like, it just doesn't compute to me. I don't see myself doing anything else in this world, honestly. I love to film. I love to entertain, to make people laugh and smile, to heal in a way. And the emotions are coming up because that's the love in it. And I think that's the ultimate thing that will reside in you when you know what it is you want to do. So that's the only time you can really let the emotion come out, because if you don't, it's like, what's the point? You know, that's kind of the motivating, guiding step in the process of growth, is really accepting and caring for what you do. You know, you don't have to, I guess, fully love it. You can still succeed without it. You could still be miserable and make millions and billions of dollars, but what is the point to you? That's the goal. Is it just to buy a bunch of nice things, or is that really going to do it for you? Is that really going to make you feel good? I can tell you, I've met a lot of messed up millionaires, honey. I've dated them too. A lot of effed up people who have tons of money to just throw around every day. And I can tell you from personal experience, it's not the answer. I don't have $1 million, but I'm happy, you know? You have to find what makes you feel grand, what just gets you out of bed in the morning, the groove and the grind. No matter what it makes you. As long as it's consistent, and it's not, money is never going to be consistent and flow eternally unless you are. If you know a consistent way to invest, if you know a consistent way to continue and grow it, that's part of the almost daily uploads, you know, that's part of the income stream, that's part of what literally millions of YouTubers, not millions, thousands of YouTubers basically do. And now with everything going on with Earth changing, the climate changing, I mean, we're going to resort to pretty much strictly working online if we can even keep the grid on with all that's going on. more and more are just working out of their homes, and more are sort of getting more and more I don't know how to word this properly because I don't know if this is fact, but out of alignment with their true values because they just see what others are doing and they don't know how to integrate what they like in what they're doing and sort of match it with others, what they're doing, if that makes sense. Like, we have such a way of observing what others are doing, yet we don't know what they're going through or what they're experiencing or what their struggles were. And even if they didn't have struggles growing their stuff, they may have struggles in their personal life that you don't know about. And it's like comparing apples to oranges. It just doesn't make sense. My point is, don't compare yourself to anyone. Don't try to be like anyone. Don't focus on what they're doing. Just do you. Focus on their business model. Focus on how many times they upload per day. Focus on their statistics. Focus on what they're doing business-wise. Are they consistent with sponsorships? Are they consistent with how they identify themselves, how they present themselves on camera, their message? Like I say, hi poopsies, that's a thing. And how they grow it. Do they have, let's say, merch? Do they have their own other business model that you initially weren't aware of? It takes research in many channels, many questions. Don't be afraid to ask other YouTubers for help. I've found affiliate links help. Where you put that link in the top folder of your description box and you earn a little something every time someone buys something or signs up for a membership or clicks. Amazon does that with Amazon affiliate marketing now. What else can I say? Merch never really did it for me. Online stores, kind of. Services is better because it's like that equal value, fair trade share of I give you something, you give, like, scratch my back, I scratch yours, that kind of thing. Like, that's sort of how money works. And you'll have many people say in a model of you need a certain amount of people to sign up for a monthly membership to get a certain income, but you don't have to restrict yourself to that either. You can do multiple of those. You can do something else. It doesn't have to be that, There's not one set in stone literal way. Don't take it ever too literally. Everyone is doing the same thing but differently, pretty much, and in different ways. And I don't know where I'm going with this. I really don't know. My thoughts are jumbled and scrambled. You can organize them in your notes later on, but basically brands will reach out to you when you have certain following and you're consistent in your posting, and I suppose you have consistent viewing. They will pay anywhere between 1 penny to 12 cents per view, and it is up to you to determine the right rates due to time, experience. I can tell you, working with over probably 60 companies by now, some of them multiple times, making it probably like easily 80, 90 times by now doing a sponsored video. I pretty much can't give away all my secrets, but I can tell you that they are very, very, very predictable and consistent with what they want. And the more you do it, the more offers you will get, and the more it will just flow. And it's almost like you expect them to, and you don't even have to apply anymore. You would just wait for them to reach out and contact you, because they know how good you are, and they know reputation. They contact other businesses who contact other businesses, and you're forever in that marketplace, and they will just demand you. Sort of like a trade deal between countries, for example. Like, I don't know the trade deals between countries, but example, USA depends on China, Russia depends on China. Example, like I really don't know how it works, but you're kind of going to be in that steady place where you will have that reputation. You will be known for being good at business in a certain model, with a certain rate, with a certain expectation, with a certain demand you require of them. And don't ever lower your price too much to get an offer. Stick to your price. I've had handfuls of companies say, sorry, half off, sorry, too expensive, sorry, we don't have a budget. Stick to your word. And very rarely, but sometimes they will say, okay, we accept, like weeks later. So why would you ever, like, if something is worth $100, if it costs $100 to make and you slap $500 on it, it's worth $500 if you feel like it is. Don't lower to $400 because someone said it's too expensive. So just know the time and effort and what something is worth. Realistically, people are not going to give you things for free or a reduced rate unless they have a special sort of, whatever you want to call it, clearance sale going on, or you're feeling generous or something. I don't know. Like, you're a business and you demand a price, you receive it, and it works every time. And the more you raise your price, the more they demand it. It's just how it is. You would be amazed how that works when you expect something and you receive it. So another thing is getting a certain amount of followers who will buy literally everything you have. So try to target certain demographics, like young girls, 13 to 17. Maybe that's too young. They don't have money of their own to spend like that. But young girls, 18 to 24. Even that's young. 24 to 36. Young women who are in the USA, living in California, and you start selling surfboards. Let's try something else. You start selling makeup. They're most likely gonna grab at that, okay? Even if it's 5% of your audience and you have like 1,000 followers, that would be like 50 women who are now interested in buying your makeup. And let's say half of them buy it, so that's 25. So you have 25 times, let's say, $100 worth of makeup. That's $2,500 because you targeted a specific audience of yours. So this is very unrealistic. Even 50% is high, but I'm just giving an example of how the earning potential of targeting a certain audience and getting consistent target of that branch. Okay. The sponsors will want to know your demographics, the majority of your audience, age range, male, female, country of residence. Those are the key factors. And how many of those watch your videos? They have all those in the analytics on YouTube nowadays. You can track and see how many are subscribed. Watch time is important. The longer the video, the better. when you raise your watch time, it's like it raises you somehow in the algorithm. I've noticed shorter videos do better, but they don't necessarily have longer watch time. So there's a fine balance. You want to do, let's say, if you upload every day, one video 15 minutes, one video 30 minutes, one video 45 minutes, one video 1 hour, every week consistently. So that the people who like your long videos will watch them once a week at least. And you get all your audience. You try to make videos that'll target male and female every week, even different country. What else am I missing? So basically, you want to track every month after month what is trending. That helps. And talk about it, post about it, add it in your tags, description, title, thumbnail. And if a video goes viral, do that video again. Do what works. Do it until it stops working. Make it into a series until it fails epically and the wheels fall off. Keep doing whatever works. And it's like a wave, like ride the wave, ride the big wave until it ends at the shore with a small wave. Or you get tired of riding that wave and you ride the next big wave. Second place, third place, the next big wave, fourth place, fifth place, the next big wave. Keep riding those waves. The waves will always come, and then you make a stupid video that goes viral just effortlessly, and you're like, wow, let's ride this new wave now. And that's how you last for years and years and years, and you keep it going. Comments. Don't pay attention to the hateful, hurtful, trolling comments. You will get a lot of them at the beginning. They will die down. Your stable audience will be there supporting you at your side, and the more you grow, the more the stable audience will be at your back and sort of fend off those comments. So just don't worry about it. Even in the beginning, they will subside eventually. The more reputation, the more notable you are, the more people identify with you, your familiar face, they click, they watch. It's just a constant pattern, a constant cycle. The longer you do it, the less you have to worry, because people will always be there. They know what to expect from you. The more they were with you, the more they like you, the harder it is for them to leave. And that is the stability you seek for. What else? Ideas, burnout. Don't get carried away with the waves. It's easy to try to jump the gun and move on to the next biggest project, idea, thing you have planned. And a lot of times YouTubers tend to blend it with their private life. Never do that. Big mistake. Keep your friends and family as far as possible from your videos, because you will sabotage. And don't involve yourself in drama, especially with other YouTubers. Big mistake. Big learning curve. It affects reputation. The bigger your mouth is, the more basically crap can go in your mouth. So try to narrow your mouth and speak less. That will help. Speak only of what is useful for your viewers. And mature with it. Grow with it. You learn from it. You take your experiences of your business in your personal life in a healthy manner. You don't take your personal life and your business unless it is relevant to what you have to share. And as long as you're comfortable and set the right boundaries. Don't fall for the trap of scamish emails, scamish schemes, fake friends, jealous friends who want to take advantage of you, use you for fame, publicity, whatever, money. Gosh, the things that have happened. I mean, at the end of the day, you are not the victim, and you are responsible for everything you do. So anything that falls into your lap is on you. And if you don't have the right tools to deal with literally psychotic, sick people who are emailing you every day for 3 years, then you won't know how to stay sane and maintain a channel. I mean, I would have never expected all the things that I've come across over the years from literally hundreds and thousands of people. So you just kind of have to realize that we're all human at the end of the day, and to relate and connect to even that person who's trying to bring you down and see where they're coming from, and utilize your knowledge and experience that this is another learning curve, and there will always be bumps along the way, and what you do today will affect your tomorrow. So even a tweet about someone will hurt you a decade down the line. So be mindful of what you say. Don't be fake, but be nice. Be genuine, be real. If you have something to say that's really bothering you about someone, know your audience and kind of resonate with them and share. Don't go too outside of what your audience is used to seeing you as. I've even wrote that in the book, Finding Your Alignment. There's a whole chapter on that. Like, don't go outside of, like, let's say you're an Instagram with, I should say YouTube channel for this video, with how to get the best blonde hair. And you do all sorts of videos like highlights and how to style and treat your own hair and customize it. And then you go on, let's say Instagram or Twitter, and you make a whole rant about this is silly. I mean, how you hate people who wear wigs, and like half your audience wears wigs because they want to look like you and your blonde, beautiful hair. And you just lost like a bunch of followers because it just went way outside the box of what you were even trying to do. Like, example, like, you don't think of it. Sometimes you have a drink or two and you make a bad tweet, and then you self-sabotage. But then it's like, why would you go ranting about wigs when your whole channel is about hair, and who cares who wears wigs? Like, you know what I mean? But like, some of your audience may not know that you secretly didn't like wigs. You just like natural hair. And many of your audience likes wigs, and you didn't know that. So again, it helps to get to know your audience. Read the comments from time to time and see if they like wigs. I mean, it's just an example. Like, it's nice to build controversy, but when you base your whole thing off controversial things, it gets a little scary and dark. It's not a nice world to live in when you have to turn your back every 20 seconds or worry if someone's gonna just bop your face in public when they see you because you said something time and time again that triggered them, or I'm going way far out there. Like, this is not even like about channels anymore. This is just about you as a person. So like, just something you have to be mindful of. If this thing gets literally carried away and out of hand, like you start getting 100,000 subscribers every day and you literally can't even go to Walmart anymore because everyone knows you now, and it's like, I don't have any advice on that. Never been there, never want to, never done that, never will, don't care to. But it's something you have to be mindful of. Like, do I really want this? Like, when you post a video, it is out there forever. Someone probably will download it secretly. Someone will probably film it in their phone. take a picture or two, post blogs about you. Be mindful that every video has the potential to grow to craziness. And so, to begin with, if you just don't want that life in general, don't even bother posting. You should never do it for attention. You should never do it for how do I say this? Confirmation, reassurance. Like, do I really look beautiful, guys? Like, I don't feel good. Feel like I look like doo-doo, and like, be secure in yourself, because if you're insecure, your audience is most likely insecure. Like attracts like, and it's like a downward loop of let's be insecure together. When you kind of want to inspire, motivate, empower people, you don't want to make them depend on your insecurity. That's unhealthy dependence. Ultimately, you want to lead and guide people, and this may not make sense immediately. Sometimes people like start making videos and it's just purely entertainment, but then when they realize, oh, this is something bigger, I see the comments about how much this video meant to them today, now it's all of a sudden about something deeper than just I'm a Starbucks barista today. Oh, I see what I'm doing now. Oh, okay. Then it gets deeper. Some people still stay on that superficial level and they never really grasp the concept. They just think I'm a pretty face and I have big, beautiful, long hair and eyes and eyelashes, and look at me and my chest, and that's it. But when you breach the surface, really channel what the message is about. Now I'm inspiring. Now I'm motivating. Okay, what else can I do? Can I go deeper? Oh, okay, let's reach even deeper. What else can we do? This is now healing. Ooh, this is now common knowledge. This gives peace. What else can we do? I'm educating myself. This is useful. This, I don't know, cured my depression, whatever, It gets deeper and deeper, the more meaningful, the more beautiful it is. And when you can look past them as a public figure, when you can look past them as an artist and see what they're really doing, their spirit, and you connect with that, and you know how to connect with your audience in that way, guess what? You start to like it, don't you? Feels good, doesn't it? It's not such a dark place anymore behind a camera lens, is it? There's no more burnout, is there? Because I enjoy what I do and I can do it forever. There we go. And ideas will just naturally flow when you meditate, when you just take care of yourself, take time off. It will just flow. And the more you flow, the more you go. The more that wave will keep going. It doesn't ever have to hit the shore. Not yet. A lot of times we can make these waves into, what is it called? Like a tsunami. And destroy. Big waves. Cause chaos. If you don't channel them the right way. You don't have to channel that anger and aggression and attack others. That water can go somewhere to provide food for others instead. How about that? So now I'm getting all spiritual on you, but YouTube has done so many miracles for so many people and is literally putting food on the table for basically millions of people every month. And so, not stable income, but nonetheless, it's doing its job as a machine. Like everything else is, it's a functioning machine. But you don't have to be robotic about it. You're human. You channel that enlightened energy in yourself. You identify with yourself in that, and you put it into your work. And what brighter, beautiful art is that? It couldn't be better. You link the chains, connect the dots, and people do it with you. You help them, you hold them in times when they feel like there is no one else to hold them. You are just a face in 2D on their screen, but you are reaching out as if you are next to them, tucking them in at night. And you are there. And that's the power of technology. I'm here even if I'm there, even from thousands of miles away. In an instant, my wave connects with your wave. And that is being an influence. Whatever product you sell, whatever word you say, remember that. Do you like to help influence others to make decisions? What would life be like without YouTube videos? Would you know as much as you do now without watching YouTube videos? Do you want to be the others who are inspiring others to be their true, authentic selves? Is that your business model? Is that your business plan? It's okay to write down realistic numbers. I want 10,000 subscribers. Then next year I want 20. Then next year I want 40,000. But what if it grows more? What if it doesn't grow as much? What are you going to do? Do you love it enough to continue anyway? Ask yourself these questions. Because if you do, no matter what number, you will do it anyway. If it goes up, if it goes down, you will do it anyway. Because that's what you're here to do. You're not here necessarily to profit. You're not here necessarily to be famous. Sometimes you're here just to connect your small little corner with others' small little corners. Because without your little corner, the foundation falls. The whole machine is nothing without you. You're a balance in the ecosystem of a life, a force of nature to be reckoned with. You're a hot mess. Find what it is you love. And if you like sharing, you're on Facebook posting pictures every day of yourself anyway. Why not upload videos? Today I'm cooking something. Tomorrow I'm doing this. So many lonely people out there just love watching vlogs because it's like there's that friend in that time of need. I just want to sit and watch my friend, virtual friend who doesn't even know who I am, but I can relate and connect. You can do that for someone in time of need and aspire them to do something for someone else in a time of need. And that's how you connect, my friends. Thanks for watching, and I hope this has helped in some way. I could go on and on for days talking about how to grow a channel. Honestly, it's not coming to me right now. there's so much more than even what I just said in this video, but I don't want to take too much of your time or give too much away. So this is enough for now. And hopefully you take what you will of this. And I probably am missing some huge puzzle pieces in this whole jigsaw puzzle, but that's enough for now. It just feels right to cut it here and not say too much. So take what you will, leave what you don't. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, poopsies.